Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is you're watching this, and welcome to another daily guidance with me, Wingishni Bay Majeki Kwe. That's right, that's one way to say sweetgrass water medicine woman in a Jig way, right? I'm your friendly freaky ass medicine woman right here, Christianna Carr and Chris Carr Superstar. That's right, all this beautiful divine being right here. And welcome to you, beautiful divine beings, right here too. Glad to have you here. And I want to start off by saying a great big old happy anniversary to all my SD peeps. That's right, 3 years today. 3 years today. Yes, yeah, happy anniversary to me. 3 years ago today, I wrote some vows and commitments to myself and shared them in front of my class and married my divine masculine and divine feminine to balance out both aspects of myself. And let me just tell you a little something. At that time, I had already been working on trying to balance out, my male and female sides, getting more in touch with my feminine side, because those who know me, right? I heard too many times I should have been a boy, but I've always been proud to be a girl. Yeah, so I had been thinking about that for a while, and then I go to class and this comes up. So the things that happened when I was going in school just lined up perfectly. So I know that I was meant to be there. Everything just sort of went, it goes smoothly. If it's divinely guided, it goes smoothly. We get hiccups and bumps in the road because we're not following it fearlessly or faithfully or whatever that is, right? When we're trying to work it ourselves, right? When we think we know better than the great oneness divine or whatever that is, that's where we hit those bumps in the road. When you allow it to flow smoothly from you, even if you don't know why, right? You just got this something inside that says stop in here, or go here, or talk to that person, or whatever. You don't know why. It doesn't seem to make sense, but you go do it, and then things just open up. Has that ever happened for you? Can you? That would be lovely, blubberly. Lovely. Sharing a time when you've got right into the flow. Again, you don't need to share details about it or whatever, just the experience of that and how that felt for you to step into that flow. Like I'd been blocking myself, and then, I'd followed this insistent, I'm going to say urge or impulse, but sometimes we need to go with those impulse or spontaneity, whatever that is. But, sharing of a time when you'd went with that impulse and how that felt for you to go with that. Did things just open up easily, or did you feel like you had to fight through it? What's that for you? Hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, ask for clarity. That would be great, because we can ask for clarity. If we're not getting the signs correctly, we don't think we're getting clear messages, we can say, creator, source, whatever that is for you, please give me some clarity on this, right? But don't be, you don't control how that happens. Like, I need some clarity. You need to show me this, and that, whatever. And right. I'll only know if it's you if it happens this way. I don't know. How's that for you? All right. You can ask for clarity. You can always ask for clarity. But you must listen too. If you're asking, you must sit and listen. Like I say to my kids all the time, they'll ask me a question and they go running off. Then they come back and ask me the same question. I'm like, well, I answered it the first time you asked me, but you didn't bother to listen to the answer. So don't ask me a question if you're not going to sit around and listen to the answer, right? We ask creator, but we don't sit and listen. Take that time to go into that still quiet so we can hear what our source is telling us. Because it's not going to speak loudly. It's a quiet, still and quiet voice, right? It's subtle, persistent, but subtle. Okay, let's call back in all of our energies now. Pulling back all of our energies from the east. That's the path of illumination and clarity, the place of fire, the place of man. Calling back all of our energies from the south. That's the place of the emotions, the waters, the innocence, the childhood. And calling back all of our energies from the west. That's the physical, the earth, the place of woman, place of introspection. And calling back all of our energies from the north. That's our wisdom years, the air, the mental. And we walk our red road, our earth walk goes from childhood in the south up to adulthood in the north. And as we're going on that road, we're healing all that stuff that was maybe projected on us in childhood. And hopefully as we get up into adulthood, we find that we're not responsible for what was done to our little babies, but we are 100% responsible in healing and protecting that little in us now, right? And helping that child grow now to fill out this body, because we're all little babies in these adult bodies, right? And then a lot of us have outside children we need to take care of too, right? Let's be that good lesson for them, right? And purify that, cleaning out all that healing, all that hurt that was putting on us, and then we're left with what we are, right? Peeling off all those layers of the onions, right? That we covered up our true essence in the center, right? And letting that shine out, glow again, knowing that you are safe. So cleansing off all that is not. And the blue road of spirit is with us always as we go through all transformations, right? We started those little caterpillars, go through the ooey gooey phase in there, and then we turn into these beautiful butterflies. We all do. And that's spirit. That's spirit working through us, helping us, getting out of the way. We have to get out of our own ways to allow those transformations to happen, right? Because if that caterpillar never built its cocoon, it would never turn into the butterfly, or didn't eat. It wouldn't have the energy to turn into that butterfly, right? If we struggle, we need those struggles. If butterfly didn't have the struggle getting out of that cocoon, it wouldn't have the strength to fly. So we can show appreciation and joy from all those too, like that introspection, going inside into the West and seeing how we've come to those goals. Did we do that on our own, or were we able to get out of our own way and allow the universe to work through us? Above, below, and within. Woof. Thank you. And thank you, all those that sent me some beautiful vibes. I felt those that helped, and those who reached out and sent me a little message, a little encouragement. That's great. That's wonderful. And nobody sent me any advice. I appreciate that too. Thank you. Right? I guess that would be like the little ants trying to tell another little ant what to do and not focusing on your own job. Right? So it's nice to give and hold space for each other and give those words of encouragement, like you got this, or, and not that unsolicited advice. I mean, that's just beautiful. I mean, we all want to give it, right? Because we all want to help, and it comes from a real place of love and wanting to help, right? And from what they say in society, right? With the way we've been raised in this, and we tend to push ourselves on each other. But, when you're trying to help somebody else, tell me, look within you. When you help somebody else, are you doing that genuinely to help them, no matter what that is that they need that help with? Or is it to help yourself because you're uncomfortable with seeing them, crying, right? Are you helping them and supporting them even while they're crying, or because you want them to stop crying? Is that making sense to you? Right? Are you helping people to help them, or is it because you're uncomfortable with what they might be going through? Right? So you don't want them to go through that no more. We don't know what each person's journey is and what they're going to learn from those things. I come back to my children. It's the toughest part, especially when it's our children or the ones that we love that are closest to us. Those are the hardest to lovingly release to their own life lessons, right? Because sometimes we learn the most from those hardest things, right? Is that making sense to you? We want to swoop in and save our children from these lessons, but what did we learn from those hard things that we went through? And if we didn't go through those things, would we be the same now? You understand? Does it make sense? If we didn't get any trials and tribulations, we didn't build no coping skills to deal with trials and tribulations. So if we go through our whole life with no trials and tribulations, and then we come to trials and tribulations, we don't know how to deal with them because we never had any to deal with. Whether we were sheltered from them, somebody kept them protected, or whatever that was. I don't know, what's that for you? How's it coming across to you? Is it making sense? And I'm rambling on here. Already in 10 minutes, I haven't even drawn the cards. So, look at that. We all need to look and reflect inside because we all want to hold space and we all want to help each other. Sometimes all we need to do is just be that listening ear, without judgment, without advice, just that listening. And they're not even understanding, just listening and hearing and validating. I heard I heard what you said. You know, I heard what you said. Maybe even repeating some of what they said, but not, how it come across to you. Anyways, 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? Twice as much listening as talking. And overall today, we are going to go right here. Right here, let's look at this main lesson in there today for us. That sacred space, respecting that sacred space. That's what I'm doing today. See, I'm going to go in and have a bath after this, just relax. I slept in. Woo! Yeah. Kids gone. I don't like that, but, I make the best of that time. So respecting that sacred space, creating a sacred space for yourself, taking that time to nurture that little inside of you, right? And knowing that all of our bodies are sacred spaces. These are all sacred pieces of Mother Earth, right? It's our gift to be able to walk on this earth walk, to be in these earth bodies, to be animated by the spirit. And we must respect that sacred space. It is the home of our spirit, right? And that aggression, again, right? I was talking earlier, it's a still, quiet voice. It's not an aggression. Spirit is not aggressive with us. Aggressiveness is a human thing, I believe. And it can be. Sometimes we need to aggressively put down our boundaries if somebody's trying to But again, fighting fire with fire. If all this aggression, like who's going to stop that? So that begins in that sacred space, respecting that sacred space. Right? And not putting that aggression behind you, not having it lead, right? That if you need we can be aggressive. We have that need if we need to fight off an illness or whatever that is, right? To hold our grounds, but without hurting, to be assertive more than aggressive. But there is always a need for all of this. It's time and place, right? Time and place for everything. And looking in our sacred space, we'll be able to figure that out for ourselves. It's an inside job. When do we need to go at it aggressively? When do we need to sit back and just allow it to take its form? Even in this, right? Do we go after our children's abusers aggressively? How is that going to work, right? If I'm spouting off about blah, 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 right? How does that work, right? So if I'm respecting my space, I've already been abused, I've already lived in aggression, I'm trying to bring more peace and calm in. How do I do that? By respecting my space first. By keeping that calm, even when the aggression is all around me. Staying in my center. Staying in your center. Staying in our peaceful place within, because it's all there. We all have inner peace. It's all there. And it takes that conscious choice to go there. Now, what are we going to do? Reflections or actions? Reflect before we act, okay? Okay. We're looking on the creative sexual energy. We're reflecting on what we're sharing, right? Quickening and coming together. The quickening is just before the baby's born, right? We go through this nesting thing. And you got to get everything ready. So we kind of have that internal... We do. We know that internal timing. It's connected to the divine timing as well, right? So we know when that's coming. And also the powwow is about coming together, all the communities coming together and sharing and helping and supporting each other in that way. And bringing the best gifts only, right? We don't get rid of the worst. We want to give the best away, right? When we're giving something and giving a gift, we appreciate. It doesn't have to be like a brand new gift, but something special, something thoughtful, whatever that is for you. But that sharing, and not just our leftovers, right? We give of ourselves. We don't want to leave ourselves, not to the detriment of ourselves, right? But that sharing in what we have, right? And coming together as a community. That's how we make those changes. That's how we make those shifts. That's how we stop that aggression in the world as well. If we're all finding that inner peace, right? Not blaming others for this disruption of peace, right? We're all finding that within ourselves. Each one taking that personal responsibility to find that inner peace within themselves, to not act out in aggression, to retaliate and, be spiteful and all those kinds of things. Coming together and sharing the peace, right? Being fully whole, not holding anything back, showing all of who we are, right? Seeing deeper than what's being shown, listening deeper than what's being said, and not taking it personally, looking at that little, all that little that had to go through, all that, what that little had to keep inside, It's sharing it out, getting it out, all that stuff that is not helping you anymore and holding you back, or the aggression that you went through, or things that make you feel more aggression and more rage because of what your little has gone through. And sometimes that can come up as we start acknowledging for that. But again, this is not about blaming and raging at somebody else and making them feel ashamed or feeling more ashamed for ourselves. 95% of healing happens just in having our stories heard and witnessed. So sharing your stories in safe places, right? Because again, we can do and share our stories with people that help us to shut up even more, right? So find those safe places. SOS Tech is a safe place. Here you can send a private message. I will not share it, okay? It's personal. I'm not giving you unsolicited advice. You know, if you ask, okay, right? I'm one that you need to ask me. I don't just, even if I think I might know. I know that I just think I might know. I don't really know. So you need to ask me first. I'm the type of person that since it's hurt me so much, people just offering and that's not helping, I will wait until I'm asked for that help. I don't push myself on anybody. But I share all my love with everyone, okay? And I'll send distant prayers. I can do that. You know, most people that text me, oh, this is a rough day. Well, I'm sending positive, loving vibes. Yes, that's what I do. Yes, I'm a weirdo too. But hopefully it helps. I feel it. I felt that. Somebody said sending love. And like, I felt that. And it makes a difference. I feel that energy. It helps to change my vibe. So see, like, it helps. You know, those watched my video yesterday, just crying. It was a rough time. So I had time to sit in the quiet with myself. Quiet reflection, vegging out on a TV show, you know. But finding those moments for myself, and today doing something special for myself on my anniversary. All right. And I'm sharing that with you right now. Okay, and then the actions to take today. Male side, helping to balance our male and females. This is the action that is possible for you to take today. If you like, reflect on it first and see how that works for you. Reflections. Reflect on it first. Here it is, reflections, right? What is it reflecting to you? When somebody else is sharing, that can be a reflection to us too, that we are not alone. We're not the only ones that have gone through this. And that's how the systems change. That's we respect that I'm not the only one that has gone through this. So I need to listen and open up. Maybe I can see something of my own experience in there, right? That might help me. And I extract that message from there that I need. It's not the advice that you give me, but in hearing your story. Just in hearing your story helps me to reflect on mine and see and take action on what needs changing in my life, right? Take action on what I need and how to fulfill my own needs or to fulfill the needs of others. And asking, right? Offering the services. Antelope offered his services to Creator. It wasn't pushed upon him or nothing. He offered his services and then it was accepted. So we can offer our services, sharing our stories and reflecting on our own, taking that within, because we are all made in the image of our Creator. Yes, we are. We're all beautiful divine beings. We're all little fingerprints, little expressions, individual expressions of that great oneness divine. That's what I believe. You choose what you believe. Either way, we're all human beings on this earth working together, and we can share our stories. We can look at each other's lives and just reflections of each other's lives. We're human beings. We share a lot of the same struggles. We need all the same things to survive, the air to breathe and all that, right? There's so much. That's why we can learn from each other. Hold those reflections and see we're not the only ones. And respect everyone's personal space. We don't need to be aggressive with anybody, because we all belong here. We all belong here. That is the truth. That is the truth. And what do you feel about that? Huh? Let me know. Let me know. How's that going for you? Right, let's share. Let's see beyond what's being said, right? And respect. Everybody has their story. Okay? Everybody has their story. And not everybody's going to share it out. Not everybody's going to hop on a YouTube and like let all their tears flow like I do. Like this, you know? But I do it to show you're not alone. And if you wanted to, hey, right? And I'm not the only one that does it either. So, right? But even still, there's a whole lot more to me than what you see. right? There's a whole lot more going on than I can share. So that's why let's not judge anybody. Let's see that there is more stuff going on. Everybody's got a story. Not everybody's sharing every little bit of those stories. But we can come together, right, in that quickening, and we can share our stories. We don't have to hear somebody else's. We can just share ours. We don't have to know that it's going to help. Who it's going to help. We just got to know that it will help somebody, and acting in that faith that it will help somebody. But it won't if we never put it out there. If we never follow what we're guided to do. And and it's something that'll bring like excited feelings. If it's something that it's not from spirit or source, it'll heavy tightness. Ugh. So listen to the sounds of your body. That's why it's so important to get in touch with those bodies, because these are our radars, our signals. It gives us the signals of when we're hearing the truth, when we're not hearing the truth, of what is good for us and for all, and what is not good for us and for all. We need to tap in to our own body's unique systems, what lets us know. I get truth tingles. What's that for you, right? Embrace that unknown, okay? Like, I don't know what they are, and start watching and observing what comes up for you. What's your truth tingles, okay? Even getting to that one part, knowing what's absolutely true, that you don't even need to know if the person, what they're saying, right? If somebody's being truthful with you. You tap into that within yourself, embracing that unknown and knowing what that is for you and experimenting with that, right? Going with something that you know for sure is truth and seeing how that feels on you. And then tell it as a lie and see how that feels. And then know your signals, your detections, your lie detector and your truth detectors, right? And embrace. And then go out there, embrace that unknown. I don't know why I'm following this, but hey, I'm getting a good positive vibe from it. So I'm going to do it. Right? Or that excitement, right? I get nervous going on stage. It's a different excitement to when that anxiety comes up that I might get in trouble or whatever, right? There's an excitement when something's coming up that you've been excited about. So know that difference in yourself. Embrace that unknown, because I don't know what it is in you. Well, I just told you what it is in me, right? I got truth tingles down my back. And it's like goosebumps on the inside. So it's kind of weird to say, but... And I don't even have to know what the truth is. I just know when I'm hearing the truth. Whoa, right? That has nothing to do with me. But when you're saying it, all these follow that for you. Know what that is for you. Okay, anyway, son. And be playful with it. Play around with it. Be playful. Find that out. Like, that's how I would find parking spots and stuff. Putting it out to the universe. Get a parking spot right out front, please. Or thank you. You're acting as if. Thank you for the parking spot right out front. Oh, I have so many that I've seen. That works. It works. So practice, experiment with it on your own to see, right, and know, to differentiate the voice between divine guidance and ego, being ego-led. Ego-driven or guided by the divine? Are you ego-driven or are you guided by the divine? I don't know. What's that for you? Okay, numbers for my daddy. 29, 44, 33, 25, 40, 12, 52, and 37. And 8 on mother, or woman medicine down here. Biggest heart hugs ever. And thank you for being you and shining your light through everything you do. Because you know what? This world needs you. And I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. I love you. Peace. And again, happy anniversary to my SD peeps and happy anniversary to me. Okay, time to go pamper myself and... it's all about me today. Love you.